Hey guys, welcome to my video. For today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make the open puff group stitch. To begin, all you're going to need is some yarn and a crochet hook. For this tutorial, you will need to know how to make chains, the double crochet stitch, and the puff stitch. I have videos on all of those and I will have them listed down below. Starting from the very beginning making chains, you're going to make chains in the multiple of 8 plus 4. I have already made 28 chains on my hook. To start row 1, we are going to immediately start making puff group stitches. That's going to be made up of 1 puff, chain 3, 1 puff, chain 3, and 1 puff all into the same chain. So that's going to be 3 puffs and then some chains in between them. So we're going to start that in our 8th chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to make my first puff stitch into that chain. That's going to be my first puff stitch. That's a 3 yarn over puff stitch. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to make my second puff stitch into this same chain. And then make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm ready to make my last puff stitch into the same chain. So you can see how it's 1, 2, 3 puff stitches and then sets of chain 3 in between them, all into this same chain. You're now going to make 1 chain, skip 3 chains, and then into this next one make 1 double crochet by itself into that chain. Then make 1 chain to skip 3 chains, and then we're going to be making this same thing all over again. So this is going to be our sequence right here. This puff group stitch, make a chain, skip 3 chains, make a double crochet into the next chain, and then chain 1 to skip 3 chains to start this all over again. So we're going to skip 3 chains into this next one. We're going to be making those 3 puff stitches with 3 chains in between. So that's 1 puff, 1, 2, 3 chains. That's my second puff, 1, 2, 3 chains. That's my last puff. I'm going to make 1 chain to skip the next 3 chains, and then into this next one make a double crochet. Make 1 chain to skip 3 chains. Into this next one I'm going to make that puff group stitch again. There's that puff group stitch. I'm going to make 1 chain, and then at the end of our row we're going to have 4 chains left. You're going to skip 3, and then into the last chain of this row work 1 double crochet by itself to complete this row. And that's how row 1 is looking. To start row 2, make 4 chains. So we're immediately going to skip over to this puff group stitch over here. You're going to make a single crochet into the first chain 3 space. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip over to the next chain 3 space of that same puff group stitch and make a single crochet. Now make 1 chain and make a double crochet into the next previous double crochet, and then make 1 chain. We're now going to start repeating from this single crochet into this chain 3 space, and we're going to repeat all of this right here. So make a single crochet into the next chain 3 space, make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, skip to the next chain 3 space, make a single crochet. Make 1 chain, then skip to the next previous double crochet, make a double crochet into that stitch, make a chain, Skip to this next chain 3 space and make a single crochet. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. Skip to this next chain 3 space and make a single crochet. Make 1 chain. Now we've reached the end of our row and all we have are some chains left. Into those chains, make 1 double crochet to complete this row. And that's how row 2 is looking. To start row 3, make 4 chains. So row 3 is going to be similar to row 1 where we made these puff group stitches and then double crochet in between them. So we're immediately going to make a puff group stitch. We're going to make it into this previous chain 3 space between these single crochets. So that's 1 puff, 1, 2, 3 chains. Puff number 2, 1, 2, 3 chains. And puff number 3. So I have those 3 puff stitches and then the 2 chain 3 spaces now that matches these in row 1. I'm now going to make 1 chain and this middle stays the same. I'm going to skip over to this double crochet and make a double crochet into that stitch. Then I'm going to make 1 chain. Then we're going to skip over to this next chain 3 space and make this same puff group stitch. So that puff group stitch is made. I'm going to make 1 chain, skip over to this next double crochet, make a double crochet into that stitch, make 1 chain, skip over to this last chain 3 space and make this puff group stitch again. I'm going to make 1 chain and then into the last stitch of our row, which is going to be these chains over here, not this single crochet. Into the tops of these chains, you're going to make a double crochet to complete this row. And that's how row 3 is looking. You would now alternate between rows 2 and 3 for however long you want your project. And that is going to be how to make the open puff group stitch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more from me. You can follow me on all social media at crochetmelovely, all one word. Please leave me any feedback down below for future videos and tutorials that you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for being here and have a great day.